Space movies are a genre of wonder. They allow us to explore the very nature of what it is to be human, to push the boundaries, to seek the limits, to discover the unknown. They free us and enclose us all at the same time, and in doing so, provide an incredible insight into the true condition of our species. But what makes the space genre so captivating? Why does it evoke such powerful inspiration? I believe it comes down to how these movies play with what it means to be free. In essence, the exploration of outer space is a freeing act, leaving the bounds of our world to discover the dark, vast unknown. But at the same time, it's trapping as well, enclosing characters to confined spaces for long periods of time. In the balance, I believe, we can discover our humanity. In this video essay, I'll be breaking down 3 movies and how they define the space genre: 2001: A Space Odyssey, Alien, and Interstellar. "2001 is undisputedly one of the most revolutionary movies ever made. The shot composition and visual effects were truly ahead of their time, and it set the stage for almost all forthcoming science fiction. It's taken me a while to sit down and watch 2001, but in doing so, I was surprised. For a movie titled A Space Odyssey, I found it to be relatively enclosed. Really only 3 locations in space are shown, between Earth and the Moon, a small part of the Moon, and en route to Jupiter. Now, part of this smaller scale can be chalked down to the time in which it was made. The scale that we see in movies nowadays were much rarer and more difficult to capture in 1968. But I believe there's a deeper purpose to this as well. As humans, the scale we can comprehend is insignificant compared to the true size of the universe. Our planet, though vast, is only a fraction of the size of our solar system, which in turn is only a fraction the size of our universe. This cycle continues until our lives become as insignificant as a speck of dust on the wall. Space movies, though giving us a certain escape from the meaninglessness our world brings, are not and cannot be total in that freedom. Part of that trappedness has to remain for a movie like this to stay human at heart. 2001 explores new ideas of intelligent life elsewhere and the dangers of AI, but it keeps the story grounded within the confines of our solar system. Space remains small to ease the minds of the audience. It teaches new ideas, but it also confines us to what we understand. The characters are stuck within a small spaceship with a dangerous intelligence, which leads us to our next story. Ridley Scott's classic takes the enclosure that space travel brings to the max. With no one to hear you scream in a confined box with a dangerous threat and nowhere to run, well, what's scarier than that? The movie can be seen as allegory for our experience on Earth. Think about the looming disasters that plague us: climate change, nuclear war, the supernova of our sun. Just like Ripley, we have no escape. This connects us with the human side of space travel. Yes, the scale is unimaginable, but that's not how we perceive it. We see it as one person, in one place, facing one daunting obstacle at a time. And we see it within one confined area: Earth, a spaceship, a planet. It all works to limit the scope and somewhat imprison our character in order to be more relatable. On the opposite side of the scale, Alien works to explore another defining aspect of the space genre: the unknown. Scott makes us wonder, who can we trust? Where is the alien? What is the alien? The physical embodiment of the limits of human knowledge that the alien represents is all that we are still yet to learn. The scale and complexity of space far exceeds our ability of comprehension, and the only way to show it is with a caricature like this. It makes us wonder, are we alone? And if not, how underprepared are we for what lies elsewhere? It's hard for me to talk about this movie because of all the excitement, sadness, and wonder that it brings up in me. Just listening to the score takes my breath away. The groundwork of an odyssey that 2001 lays is picked up in this modern classic. No more is the unknown and the incomprehensible symbolized and contained. It's left out there for us to gaze at in disbelief and astonishment. First, it shows our human side, the dangers and incredible abilities that our universe has to offer and how that affects us on a personal level. But Interstellar then turns that into our possibilities, all that we can create and all we can imagine. And that is what I believe to be the true meaning of the space genre: to acknowledge our isolation, our obscurity within the cosmos, to acknowledge our limits and all we don't know. But from that isolation, we can imagine all that humans can be, all there is to discover. And with that, we are free.